will die.
Tired of being pushed around by Dark Jedi? Sick of crying helplessly as you watch them rub your girlfriend? Well, dry those tears, because I'm here to unveil Dash's Jedi Knight Saber system, which boasts the following: a foolproof way to defeat any Dark Jedi with ease, whilst maintaining perfect posture. I mean, look at Jarek, he has no clue about what just happened, and all the while, those buns are tight and in control. Total success. The Jedi Knight series wasn't always as amazing in regards to the old Saber combat. In fact, the first iteration was called Dark Forces, and wasn't even technically a Jedi game at all, although it did make up for its lack of lightsabers with the ability to sock Imperials in the jaw and balls. He felt funny. The game was first released in 1995 for the PC and ran on MS-DOS. Ah, nostalgia. The game itself was very Doom meets Star Wars, with the main protagonist, Kyle Katarn, being an ex-Imperial who now works as a mercenary and is hired by the rebels for some reason. You know what? I think it had something to do with his father. It should be noted that the game was both a commercial and critical success, except had a rather lackluster port on the PS1. Now the next game in the series, Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2, was a bit of a mouthful, gave you the ability to use a saber and the Force. However, the sabering system was still pretty clunky at best, and some people didn't realize there was an option for third person, which resulted in some of these. The game itself was still revolutionary at the time, especially with the addition of light and dark side choices. The story was superb and live action sequences would have made the Turtle Man shit his guts out. But as fond as the memories are, this game was part of the really murky period of the 90s where 3D polygons looked like some weird form of cubism. And I really don't know anybody who'd want to go back there without some kind of beautiful HD remake. I mean, the game is great and I replay it, but it still kind of hurts the eyes. It's like the Morrowind of the series.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
Moving forward to what some refer to as the dawn of a new era. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Outcast. To tackle the fact that in the last game you were already established as a Jedi, Kylo has abandoned the Force like some kind of dumpster baby. So the game itself starts pretty much like the previous iterations. You have your trusty Briar pistol and solve puzzles while shooting some stormtroopers. As the story progresses, you decide to take up the Force again to defeat the Dark Jedi Desan. Holy shit, it's a Velociraptor! Now there were some insanely memorable moments in the game, like when you do your Jedi trials and finally get your lightsaber back. The moment you get that hilt in your hot little hands, you can feel a Sweeney Todd moment coming on.
At last, my arm is complete again.
The first time on Bespin, when you encounter a reborn Dark Jedi, the setting, magnifique. In Jedi Outcast, the Saber system was revised and was the turning point in the series. For the most part, it borrowed from Kendo and feels like nothing else I'd ever experienced before. No more thrashing wildly for me. This is Saber quality, okay? Quality. You got that? Uh-oh. Here it is. Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. The Saber system is polished up even further in addition to more force powers. The single saber returns as a staple, and they officially added the dual sabers and the dreaded Saber Staff. Darth Maul fans' heads exploded in record numbers. The series moves away from Kyle Katarn being the protagonist onto Jaden Korr, where Kyle is now an instructor at the Jedi Academy on Yavin 4 and Jaden is his pupil. The plot is kind of a little bit thin, but it doesn't matter because this game So with some of the backstory taken care of, it's time to show you the why and why it is the best Saber system of all time. Now I will state that I will be totally taking the Force out of the equation for this video, as adding the Force on top of what we're about to go over would be confusing, so I'ma just ease you in, just so I can break down the Saber mechanics in their purest form. The only Force power utilized will be Force Jump, as it's heavily used in conjunction with sabering, and I'll touch on that soon. Because of the in-depth breakdown needed to explain the intricacies of Jedi Academy Saber combat in its entirety, I've decided to have two videos. This first one as the history or lead up, and the second as the breakdown. Now I would really love some feedback in the interim. The thing that made these games for me was the community, so feel free to leave comments, I'll read through them all and hopefully it'll help with the final product. If you have Dash Fever in the interim, you can check out my two channels in between now and then. Dash the Dingo, my Let's Play channel, which is unscripted and all me. Or Dash Dingo 2, where I'm working on bringing high production, high value videos on a whole range of topics, not just Molag Bal being the king of rape, which he is, and if you don't believe me, click that video. Proof is in the pudding. So I hope you enjoyed my videos, and until next time, take it easy.